Hi, my name is Attorney Walter with Not the Third. We're going to get right to the point of this video. $200 more every check, Social Security Administration, retirement, disability, SSI, those programs that which people receive under Social Security Administration. Let's go through what's actually going on. I need you to understand that I cannot make these cute clickbait videos that they do, that other people make. My videos are going to be stale and boring and yada yada. They're going to be based on law, based on articles, things like that. I'm an attorney. I can't make those. I can only give you the facts. I can only give you where things are going. I cannot make stuff up to have you click on it. So the bottom line is, if this doesn't seem catchy and enjoyable and fun and exciting, it's not gonna. I don't have that. I'm sorry. Let's get right to the thing. All right, March 21st, 2020, they created basically notification to everybody, an article from Warren's website. That's Senator Warren. And I'll read it to you exactly what it is. Schumer, Warren, and Wyden unveil plan to increase benefits by $200 per month for all Social Security beneficiaries. You hear my dogs in the background fighting over a giant donut. The plan to provide more than 60 million Americans with an additional $4,000 over 2 years is part of the Senate Democrats' bold Phase 3 stimulus proposal. Okay, now remember, this is not Biden's proposal. This is about Schumer, Warren, and an additional individual, Wyden. Okay? I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation of that person's name. Washington, D.C., Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, we all know him, Senator Elizabeth Warren, we all know her, and Senate Finance Committee ranking member Ron Wyden today unveiled a plan to increase by $200 the monthly benefit for all Social Security veterans and supplemental security income beneficiaries through the end of 2021. So keep in mind, this whole plan was to be 2020 and 2021. We are now into February of 2021, which means if they were to come out with this, maybe it'll be a 12-month, maybe it'll be a 24-month, etc. What happened? Did she win? Did she get the donut? Come on. All right. Oh, big doogie. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. What are we looking at here? The whole point of this, right? And let's find the next thing over here. This plan would give seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities who have earned this benefit by contributing to Social Security with every paycheck, even though SSI is not really that, an additional $4,000 over the next 2 years, right? Because if you add it up, 200, 200, 200, 200 over 2 years, yada yada. Okay. Now, next thing. Now we go into the quotes section of this, directly from Senator Warren's website. This is what Schumer said. Immediately increasing Social Security benefits would put money in the pockets of seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities during these uncertain times, said Leader Schumer. Senate Democrats are committed to quickly delivering relief to the millions of Americans bearing the weight of this public health crisis. That's good sentence, good quote. Warren said, increasing Social Security benefits would get money directly to millions of people quickly, delivering immediate relief to Americans at heightened risk during this pandemic and boosting our economy, said Senator Warren. Social Security was created to respond to the Great Depression, which is true, and expanding it now will ensure this critical program helps us meet the challenge of the current crisis. That's true. Good little history thing there. No, I like it. Wyden said, Social Security is a lifeline that gives Americans financial security when they need it most. So they're talking about the general program, not the increase there, said Senator Wyden. Now is the time to bolster Social Security's time-tested earned benefits so millions of people in need can afford the essentials. Good quote. Good quote. In 2019, next paragraph, in 2019, 64 million Americans received Social Security. I know it's boring. I know. In 2019, 64 million Americans received Social Security checks, the majority of whom were retired and are now at increased risk of contacting coronavirus due to their age, right? So they're older, they could potentially get it, they could potentially die from it. This extra money might help them to go ahead and stay indoors, order things from Walmart, have them delivered, whatever. Social Security makes up a majority of income for most seniors and older individuals with severe disabilities. That's very true, Obviously, most impairments don't get better over time. All right, researchers. Now, here's little thing. They all do this stuff, and I hate it. But they'll put researchers, but they won't actually cite. In law, if you don't cite, we basically find seagulls, we strip them of their feathers, we find tar at local, Home Depots, and we use both on you. So, but nonetheless, researchers. I put a little thing about who. Have found that increasing Social Security benefits has a large, immediate, and significant positive impact on spending. Yeah, of course, people who have disability benefits or retirement or whatever, they don't usually have a ton of money. People that don't have a lot of money, they get money, they spend money. That's how it works. It's instant pump priming of the economy. Okay. In fact, there's a nearly 1-to-1 ratio between an increase in Social Security benefits and an increase in consumer spending. Makes sense. Which means increasing these benefits will bring an enormous boost to the economy quickly, starting the first month benefits are increased. That's absolutely true. The moment they do that, you're going to be spending that money basically on the immediate things that you need. Whether it's a generator, whether it's, food being essentially delivered to you in a new way that you didn't use before. It's a good idea. All right, next thing. The senator's plan also protects Social Security recipients from losing access to other assistance programs and has wealthier Americans pay back some of the added benefit with their taxes. I don't always think we should punish the wealthy. I'm one of those people that, they made it there, to go ahead and attack them more. It's like racism or classism, and, this is like a financial version of ism, which is creating this, we're going to punish people who made it. That's a negative thing for incentive. I've never really for that. I understand that we got to tax people at different rates. I get that, but I'm not about killing the wealthy because they create all the jobs that, have the people working, and that's just not a good way to go. But nonetheless, it's a democratic way. That's how they do it. They tax the rich, give to the poor. We hope. The Robin Hood theory behind Democrats has really been shaken up. Especially now, and what's amazing is there's all these people on YouTube going in and saying, hey, look at what's in this bill. Hey, look what's in this bill. And we're seeing where all this money is going. We used to say, who's going to afford that? And now we realize the money was there all along. It was there all along, and we were giving it to foreign nations, for whatever reason. Next one. Senator Schumer, Wyden, and Warren's proposal is included as part of Senate Democrats' bold Phase 3 proposal for at least $750 billion to fight COVID-19 and the economic crisis facing every American. Senate Democrats' Phase 3 proposal puts workers and families first while ensuring that necessary resources are delivered to address every corner of the public health crisis, including funds to address the capacity. My eyes are going because I'm tired. Burgeoning capacity issues at hospitals, childcare and education, and more. Okay, here's the thing. That's what they did and talked about nearly, almost exactly a year ago. None of that ever happened. Right? Check it out. That's the date right there. None of that ever happened. A lot of people went over here to the social. I saw YouTube videos on this where they were talking about this document right here. You'll notice down here, increase. Oh, everything's falling because I'm holding shadow. Increase the amount by $200. That was way, way back in the day. That has nothing to do with this. This is all about an archived document. Nothing to do with that. All right, so let's talk about what happened. No, they don't have a plan to increase everything by $200 for those who are receiving Social Security benefits in some way, manner, or form. They don't. It wasn't originally Biden's big gig. Yeah, he weighed in on it here and there, but it wasn't his gig. Let's talk about the Biden-Harris administration immediate priorities. Biden's and Harris's immediate priorities are, we're going to go through them, that way you have a better understanding as to why this is not a priority. Keep in mind I'm trying to do this while taking care of my baby over here. Too adorable. Number 1 on the list, COVID-19. Not disabled people or Social Security Administration giving out $200 extra per month. Number 2, priority, climate. Number 3, racial equality. Number 4, economy. Number 5, healthcare. Number 6, immigration. I know you're not comfortable. Okay. Number 7, restoring America's global standing. Those are the priorities. In none of those, and I mean, you could still say, well, one of them means this, or one of them can equate to that, or one of them inherently, maybe you could say that's part of the economy, right? We're pump priming it by throwing it, and that's part of the agenda with that. But nowhere in there did I see, in the immediate sense, Social Security Administration. Let me give you a quick walk down here. Let's read the one specific to this. I know you didn't want to be put down. I know. Let's go through this real quick. All right, COVID-19. Yeah, so, here we go. President Biden will move quickly to contain COVID-19 crisis by expanding testing, safely reopening schools and businesses, and taking science-driven steps to address the communities, especially communities of color, who have been hardest hit by the virus. And I hate that when they say communities of color, because some communities, you don't reference them by their color. It's almost like a racial thing in itself. Like the Asian community, you would not reference them by their color, who has been hardest hit by this virus. And the President Biden will launch a national vaccination program to inoculate the U.S. population efficiently and equitably. So that doesn't really talk about anything having to do with the $200, and it doesn't even give any reference to anything that might have anything to do with it. Let's check out real quick economy. Maybe it's in there. President Biden will take bold steps to address the inequities in our economy and provide relief to those who are struggling during the COVID-19 pandemic. The president will also work with Congress to pass the American Rescue Plan to change the course of the pandemic, build a bridge towards economic recovery, and invest in racial justice. And he will build our economy back better from the pandemic and create millions of jobs by strengthening small businesses and investing in the jobs of the future. Maybe you could fit it into that general categorical relevance for his top priorities, right? Because they're making the argument, well, Warren and Schumer are making the argument way back a year ago that this is going to be a good thing for the economy. But then why didn't they come out with it already, right? Why didn't they come out with it during the whole $600 thing? Why didn't they come out with it during the whole, well, we're almost at the $1,400 thing? Why aren't they giving us why aren't they giving us $2,000 like everybody was talking about? I can't give you the fluffy pancake version of these other videos, which is it's around the corner, it's coming tomorrow, it's been signed and sealed and sent. It hasn't. If it was meant to be, it would have already been in the 600 with the Trump situation or the 1400 with the Biden situation. It would have already been that way. The only way that we can make them hear us is to start creating petitions with strong arguments to push to go ahead and take this to the next level. Now, with that said, Biden has talked about on his website specifically about getting people above the poverty level who are receiving these benefits. That might be the plan. $200 a month extra, that might be the plan. In my opinion, most people need another $350 to $450 extra in order to really be above that poverty line that exists. And that's just not a financial equation to go ahead and figure out the COLA, which needs a readjustment anyways. Just so you guys know, during the Obama era, the COLA did stagnate a bit there. But the bottom line is this. And the easiest way to figure that is go look at the SSI numbers. Look at how much they increased the SSI by. There were a couple of years there where nothing happened. All right, but anyways, point is this, and you guys know it became more and more expensive to buy food, to buy toiletries, all that stuff during that period. You know that. The one thing I'd like to ask you with this video is that every time you hear something on these YouTube videos, to stop and think about it. You have an incredible, brilliant machine sitting above your shoulders. You have a brain very capable of doing high-level analytical, logical reasoning. And the thing is, when I started to watch some of these videos about the $200, I became infuriated. I saw how they were abusing the public and creating these kind of generalized, hey, what about, well, this could be they do the same thing with attorney advertisements. That's why I don't do them. It's the same spiel that they always sell. They always sell, and here's the big thing. 25% of the population is disabled. Did you know that? Hey, you could be one of them. They always sell that crap. And the problem with that is that, yeah, okay, fine. 25% of the population may be disabled, but that doesn't mean that they're severely disabled and can go on to disability benefits. That's more like 5, 6, 7%, depending on how many programs you're including. If you're just including SSDI, if you're just including SSI, if you're including DAC, if you're including AUX, it depends on what you're including. It could be a little bit higher. It could be 8%, 9%. But the bottom line is this, guys. It's not 25%. A quarter of the population is not disabled and on Social Security disability benefits. So my point here is this. Please use analytical logic. Please think about what they're saying. The classic thing is, you look at some of the government statements they come out with now. We created this program for this purpose. You go talk to some of the attorneys that were, alive back then, practicing, working. that are just retiring now, they'll tell you the real story. And it's a totally different spiel. It's a totally different take on what was going on. You talk to some of these older judges that are retired, you think that there's secrets. There are elephants that don't fit under the biggest carpets on earth. My point is, just please take a moment and think about what people are feeding you. I don't want you to get all excited and then go out and buy things on, cards and stuff like that, thinking that another $200 is coming. It might be coming, but then why wasn't it in the plan? Right? It wasn't in there. There's another issue with this too. When you're not the boss, it's easy to pick on the boss, right? But then when you become the boss, you got to start looking at your analytical figures as to your metrics, numerics, all of these, the numbers. What are they saying? What are they saying? Do we have enough money to do this? How much money do we need to print to make this happen? I would like to also point out to you guys one final thought, because it's around 1 a.m. I still have to edit these, get them ready to be uploaded for tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing about 5 or 6 videos tonight. I would like you also to realize something. I have changed immensely when it comes to how I look at this stuff. We have never had more of the lies and cheating and deceptive behavior come forth so that we could see it. Now, yeah, okay, fine, search engines, different news channels were limiting different information. But you were able to go to different search engines, DuckDuckGo and things like that, start looking things up and go, wow, there they were. There's the pictures, there's the brief, there's the profile, it exists. There it is. I beg you to start taking your privacy as a very important thing that a lot of people are like, I want to cleanse my body. You want to cleanse also the way that you approach privacy. You deserve it. You have a legal right to it. Use it. When you search the internet, you can use that. Protect yourself. I'd like you to understand that there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes, changing, moving, all that stuff. We are not going to know when they ultimately decide to automatically go and do this. They have acts that they talk about that are not published yet, that have been written. I assume maybe they're not complete. Maybe they are complete and they're amazing. I don't know. But the reality to this situation is a lot of stuff is not released to the general public. And the problem is we don't know about it until, boom, it's on us. And the news stations are going, here's amazing this. And then the other one's going, it's terrible because of this. Remember, America is made up of you guys. It's not made up of Joe Biden. It's not made up of Trump. It's made out of you. You decide what laws you want. If you wanted to get rid of a thing in the government you didn't like, you could do it. If you wanted to get rid of student loans, I will be directly honest with you. A lot of people know my student loan situation. I have over $330,000 worth of student loans. It was just over $500,000 when I finally did all the calculations, when I started out with college. So you have to understand, I'm what's called a working attorney. I'm not one of those with the I've got a 2010 Prius that I drive. I'm what's called a working attorney. A lot of people like me because I'm constantly working, but I am a slave to those student loans. I have been for a long time. That doesn't mean I'm trying to push you to go ahead and vote to get rid of the student loans. But you can have whatever political position you want on it. Some of you will say, God, look at that guy. He's working nonstop. Just take a moment and realize the only way to push to make that a reality is to not go with this plan. You do not want COVID relief of $200 a month extra. You want permanent COLA adjustment. You want permanent increase in benefits. They have the money. They're giving it away to other nations. I always was one of those that would sit back and go, there's not enough money. Who's going to pay for this? They're not going to be able to tax enough wealthy people to cover all this. But it's there. It's there because we make so much. We create so much. We provide so many services as the nation of America. These states, they all make a lot. The money's there. We just need to be careful with how we distribute it. I know there's secret deals, and I know that there's international agreements, and billions of dollars just go this way and billions of dollars go that way. I get it. But if you're looking for a way to change this, follow the money. That's all I ask. Follow the money. My name is Attorney Walter Knott. I hope you do very well. If you'd like more up-to-date information, that's fine. Shoot me an email or give me a call. Now, with that said, guys, we had over 15 phone calls to the law firm within the first 3 hours of opening today. Okay? If it's about this stuff, reach out to me from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. That's when I go live. I'll answer whatever questions. I donate that time to you guys every single week. You have a question, call in, I'll answer it. You want to post it in the little type up section, type in area, that's fine. I'll take a look at it, I'll answer it. $25 gets donated to one person per live session who has a PayPal account. You guys get to vote at the end of it as to who you think should have it. I do that because I know you're struggling. It's my own little mini version of a stimulus. I have no idea for how long we're going to do it. We're going to try it this upcoming Thursday, see how it goes. It might fail, it might be great. I don't know. We're going to try it. All right? I want you all to do well. You're all my fellow Americans. I want you to be able to understand that never again will America be the same after this whole COVID situation. We can either let it be shaped horribly, or we can actually make it into what we want. I need you to understand that I don't have the power. What I can give you is this. You have the power to create what you want. I have the power to convert it into a legal document and submit it to those different divisions that have the capacity to change the law, to adjudicate the law, to, with the swipe of a pen, make law. My name is Attorney Walter Knott III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. I'm also with my new company that's almost all together. The website's almost there, spaceconstitution.com. First open source constitution. You can write in whatever rights or freedoms you want. That's just for people not only going to future planets, future space stations, but also for future countries. Whatever you want. People on the left, people on the right. What would you like America to be, a satellite to be, a future space station to be? What would you like it to be? What freedoms would you like to enjoy? Anyways, guys, I've wasted enough of your time. Have a wonderful night. I'll catch you later. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.